Hey everybody, this is Steve Williams with thecreditrepairshop.com. I wanted to make this quick video because I just felt that I need to get this out to help you out. This will be some good information. Um, Something that I had learned, and I've learned it even more over the years, was sometimes things don't happen for us because we're not ready. And when it comes to credit repair, there are going to be some things that you are going to have to be prepared for. You're going to have to be in a mental, you're going to have to be mentally prepared for what's going to have to happen to get you to where you want to be. Yes, part of it is what we do, or if you're repairing your own credit, part of it is what you're going to do on a technical side, but you also have to be mentally ready for the challenges that could come up. You have to be mentally ready to do what's going to be needed when those challenges come up. And I'm going to tell you about a little story that happened to me when I was 18 years old. After I got out of high school, I had was always interested in real estate. I had back then it was 1988. Uh, I had saw those commercials on real estate, and I wanted to be a big real estate person. The no money down, all of that stuff. I was believing in all of that stuff. So I was trying to learn and learn and learn, and the universe brought me to a person. It was a Spanish guy. I can't remember his name, and I lived in Dallas, Texas. But it was a Spanish guy, and he took me around and showed me everything about how he bought real estate. He took me to the courthouse. He showed me back at that time you could assume mortgages where you didn't even have to have money. If a person was in trouble, they could sign their house over to you. You can't do that now, but back then you could do that. And he had showed me all of that stuff, gave me all the knowledge. Everything was in my hand, walked me around and showed me, and I still didn't even do anything with it. And that was because I wasn't mentally ready for it. And I remember going into his office, and we were talking, and I have just saying, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And he was like, "What do you mean you don't know what you're gonna do? I taught you exactly what I did." And he even recorded it on, back then it was the cassette tapes. He recorded us when we would talk, when he would teach me in his office. It was just me and him. I was sitting across from his desk. I can picture that today. He was recording it, and then he took me around and he told me about the contracts, everything on real estate. And I did nothing with it. And then I remember when I went back to his office and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. And he said, "What you going to do? Join the army." Well, let me show you something. You see that picture there? Because I wasn't mentally ready, I ended up joining the military because I wasn't mentally ready to take on what he was showing me on what to do. And what I've learned and how I'm gonna kind of pull this together with what uh, most of you are trying to accomplish, which is to have a better life. Number one, have a better life with better credit, or the best credit that you can have, so you don't get ripped off and pay high interest rates, which will allow you to save more money, which will allow you to be able to do the things that you want to do and have the things that you want for yourself and your family. How that ties into this is that when you're working with a company like ours, is that we have to do some things that you may not at the time understand how they're going to benefit you, but we're actually doing the things that are going to get you to where you want to be, and you're going to feel a level of where you're not going to be comfortable. And that's what I was feeling at that time. All the answers are there. He showed me everything to do, but I was not comfortable doing them. And when we work on people's credit, because we're not emotionally attached to the situation, we're just doing the work. Just like he was giving me the work, he was giving me the answers, but internally I was not ready. And what I've learned over the years, in for myself, and how when I look at the clients that we got the best result for is that when we got them to that point to where there was going to be some things that they had that we needed them to do, but they were uncomfortable because it was just out of their comfort zone. And what I'm talking about is some accounts you might have to go into a settlement phase. You might have to work out some deals, and we help you with that. But some people feel like they have a level of uncomfort getting to that through that process. But the ones that make it through that process have been the customers that have sent us testimonials, and they bought them a new house, they got a new car, they got credit cards, they started a business because they made it through that uncomfortable phase. No matter what we do in life, to make it to where we haven't been, you have to make it through a level of where you feel uncomfortable, or everyone would be able to get to where you want to be. Everybody would be rich. Everybody would be famous. Everybody would own their own business. Everybody would drive Mercedes and Range Rovers and Bentleys and everything. Everybody would be a superstar if it was easy to do. All of us have to pay a price. And when you're working with a company like ours, the price that you're going to have to pay is when we get your work to a certain level, and we need you to do certain things, you have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to answer your phone. And no, I'm not saying that things have to be done all at one time, but what I'm saying is to get to the next step, there's always going to be some things that were some small obstacles, or even maybe some large obstacles. But when we accomplish and get over those obstacles together as a team with solutions, you're going to be in the place that you want to be at. So please comment on this video, and please ask your questions, because we're living in a time where we need to get things accomplished. And I want to be one of the ones that could help you get things accomplished. I'm not the answer to everything, but when it comes to credit and debt, I believe that we have the answers because I lived this life. All right, this is Stephen Williams with thecreditrepairshop.com. Thank you.